Minecraft is full of adventures. Some happen in worlds you've created, worlds you've watched grow for years.
Hello everybody, this is Etho.
I built an entire town to the wonderful worlds.
Hey guys, what's up?
I'm gonna have a meltdown.
It's happened.
In the biggest social experiment in Minecraft history.
But every world holds a story. And that's why I built my forever world. To unite with people, to share my adventures with you. But not every adventure lives here. Some happen in strange modded worlds and in places that don't quite belong inside this survival world. So what if there was a place that can unite those ideas? A location where every journey begins and every story, no matter what, can come home. What's going on, everybody? It's NathanPrime, and welcome back to another episode of the Forever World. We actually have a pretty interesting story going on today. Unfortunately, I lost this week's video. This week's video got corrupted, the audio got messed up, and I wasn't able to use the video that I was going to be uploading this week. But luckily, I came up with an awesome concept to kind of save this week, and I'm also going to be able to use this idea in the future. This build is going to bring a lot of content opportunities, at least for skits and just fun ideas, and to actually like wrap everything up into the forever world. So first things first, we got to fly over to the destination. So this is the spot I picked out for today's build. It's a couple thousand blocks away from spawn. It's tucked into a quiet forest, and it feels right for something. So this is where we're gonna build the adventurer's cabin. Well, before we start building, I needed to get rid of some of these trees. So I'm gonna do that real quickly, and then we'll get to the building right shortly after. Okay, so this is the area that I'm going to be building in. I kind of just cut down a few trees in this like general area here. We might cut down a few more if they're in the way, or if I want to go out here and make a dock, which probably will happen later in the episode. But I've only went as far as building out the cabin design. I didn't do any of the surrounding areas. So that's going to be completely up to me after we build the cabin, what I want to add, what else we want to populate the area with. One thing I did add over here, let me see if I can still find it. I actually did this a little bit off camera just so it would be a little bit easier for me to get to this place in the future. But I made a Nether portal because we are a few thousand blocks away from my forever world. If we just use the Nether from going back and forth, it's going to save me a lot of rockets, a lot of elytra, durability, and I'm pretty sure that should be the portal, or we'll have to go a little, and maybe it's that one. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter too much. I made it so it would be a little bit easier going back and forth. And one day, you know, the Nether hub will get built one day, and we'll have an easier way of getting to the adventurer's cabin. Adventurer's cabin? Honestly, I kind of like that. But I did grab all the resources we're going to need in these shulker boxes. So not that many materials for the cabin itself. A little bit less than 3 shulker boxes worth. And we also got, you know, some more materials from taking out all the trees. So that'll be very helpful. I do probably need to just absolutely just get rid of everything in this area here. I love these 2 tall ferns. I wish you could normally just carry them, but you can't. But as I stated before, this is going to be an area that adventures can start and end in. It's going to be a place where I can connect every world I play in Minecraft. I can connect back to this world in some capacity. So we can have trophies, we can have little notes if people want to come and leave and sign a book. This will be a fun place to introduce guests. This will be a fun place to just introduce mod packs that I want to release on the channel and play through on the channel. And who knows, maybe some other games, perhaps, if we can make that possible somehow. This is kind of like a delivery method that I want to run with. So actually, you guys should stay tuned for the end of this video because I might just tease something. But enough of me yapping. Let's get the first build in today. And it's going to be a cabin. quick break from the video, I dropped some Forever World merch. This is one of my favorite designs, super comfortable and a great way to support the channel. We've got a bunch of other products on the site too, so check it out if you see something you like. All right, enjoy the rest of the video. The cabin is done. We'll just swing down here and we'll check it out. Basically, all I've added since the time lapse is the interior is done. I added some nice little details, and we have a little surprise on the side here. But we're gonna go inside here in a second. Since this is like the adventure cabin, I thought it'd be fun to actually have kind of an A for the door. I thought it'd be a cool little detail to sprinkle in on top of it, you know, a little uniqueness to this area. Changes the build up just a little bit. Instead of just being a flat cabin door, we have a little A for the adventure. As we come inside, we got a cute little interior here. We got a bunk bed in the back corner there, fireplace right as you walk in the door. You got your typical little setup here with some furnaces, barrels for storage. I don't think I'll be using storage, but you know, we got to make it look nice. We got a nice adventure painting, guy on a horse going on an adventure. And I really wanted to make sure that this table was in front of the glass. So like if I ever did like some shots or something of having a conversation with somebody or whatever, discussing a plan, I can get a window shot for it. So that was super intentional. But yeah, this is the interior of the cabin. I think it's cute. It adds just enough detail to really pop. Not overcrowded. It's not too colorful, and it kind of feels like a cozy cabin. But now we're gonna head outside, and we're gonna go down here. This is like a storm bunker door cabin. I don't know what they're called. We just flip all these open. It opens right up down to the cellar. And if we head down into the cellar, we have an entire room dedicated to adventures. We got some storage, some fun little armor guy here just for detail. We have some pipes for the cabin. There's actually water inside of these, which is kind of just a unique. You don't really notice it, but you can waterlog these. So I was like, you know what? Let's add that little detail. Water droplets, add a little bit of extra life to it. Just a fun little pop of color as well. And this is the adventure board. If we get more than 12, we're gonna have to figure out a system to add them, or maybe it'll just be scattered around the property. And then there's also like books here, so we could write adventure, the date of when it happened. Over here could be like the participants, like Mr. Beast comes on for a video and he's like Mr. Beast, and he types it in the book, right? So we'll always have like a little reminder of who's been in the world helping me on adventures. And yeah, so we'll just close that back. But I would like to bring some more life into this area, so I think we'll just mess around with that. I really would like to add a dock over here. The cabin is just through the woods right there. But I think a dock here would be nice, like transition spot. I also should make a little path over to the Nether portal over here. Something just like off the beaten path. Maybe not even like a super like obvious path. And I actually really do enjoy how like claustrophobic and like cozy this area is. I don't know if I want to light up too much around here. I kind of like it being in the middle of the darkness over here. But I also wanted to point out this little chimney. I saw this in a Google image and I love it. It looks so cute. They just add an andesite wall and a pressure plate on top, and I think it pops and stands out really well. I might have to use that more in the future. But yeah, I will actually give you an example of where we are on the map. So Forever World over here, and we're all the way over here, basically like 3,000 blocks away. So you know, we got quite a distance, so that's why I added that Nether portal off camera, just so I could actually get here easier, because I was back and forth. I had forgotten quite a few materials actually, but I didn't have to spend nearly as many rockets flying that way. I think if I fly back home, it's like 15 rockets if I'm not mistaken. I do think this is a little claustrophobic right here next to the house, so I think I would actually trim this back just a bit. Probably get rid of this tree as well. This was a beautiful tree. I did like it here, but it's got to go. Okay, yeah, that opens it up quite nicely. This one can actually stay. I don't really intend to do anything on the sides or the back side of the build other than, you know, over here. So that back side, it is detailed a little bit on the sides as well. You know, you got the trapdoors, buttons, but I don't intend on like building anything crazy here. Maybe if I need to expand this area or something, I can one day, but as for now, very simple, cute little cottage in the forest. That's basically all we're going for. But yeah, we'll probably just use path blocks. Can't go wrong with some path blocks. We can make a nice little trail all the way over to the Nether portal. And I'm actually considering maybe, at least maybe with some slabs. Do I have it? How much cobblestone did I bring? We got just enough. I can make some. And boom, we got a little path. Not super detailed, just detailed enough to know that this is actually a path that leads all the way back to the cabin. Okay, I kind of want to get this dock in. I'm going to go super simplistic with it. Probably, where's a good location for it? Where would I not have to do too much? If we come out here, maybe we'll cut our way through this side and the dock will be here. Yeah, I think that's good. Well, that's one too high. And we'll probably just do like 3 wide all the way out to here. Where's a good height? Where do we feel? I feel like that's a good distance. And just like that, we finished the dock. I think it looks pretty simple. It's good. This is going to have to get carved out a little bit. So we'll probably have to push this back. Oh, I don't know. Just through here. Maybe I can still keep the trees. Trees are kind of sick, actually. Might be able to keep the trees. Ooh, do I keep this little pond here? I don't like how the tree is next to it, so maybe not. However, we could open this part up here. Just have like a subtle little detail. Just a little baby pond, nothing crazy. Just a subtle little detail there. But we definitely need our path connected all the way to the house. Let's just connect it. Then we'll come to the sides and we'll rip it apart. Yeah. And then we're at the dock. At the dock, maybe I also have a little bit of storage over here. We can leave some boats there. Put a lantern on this guy. Ooh, I should go find some sweet berries so I can add some some bushes around here as well. Do I have any? I might have some in my ender chest. Do I have sweet berries? I have a single sweet berry. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go fly around. There's a spruce biome over there. So I should be able to find one pretty easily. I actually don't have that many sweet berries at all. Surprising with my big sweet berry farm, but I never harvest it. I never really use them that often. The last time I used it was like in Subscriber Town for that winery almost edition. Yeah, just a random pop of orange up there. I think that looks cool. Super unnoticeable. You're not gonna really like pay attention to it much, but that's the fun part of little details. I'm not gonna go too crazy with the greeneries, as you know, this area is vibrant enough with all the trees and stuff. Ooh, we should probably trim that off. I don't know why that looks super weird. When I cut down the tree, I guess it didn't go away. There we go. Yeah, I think I might go back to the base, try to find some more materials so I could add maybe find some more ideas as well that I could add in this area. I think the design over here is looking pretty good so far. Maybe get like a stone cutter just to add in a corner somewhere or something. But I'm gonna go look for some more like cool ideas that I can just scatter about. Okay, I got an inventory full of ideas. Let's just see if I can actually make something out of them. I think it's raining in the world right now, unfortunately, so that's kind of a bummer, but we'll work through the rain if need be. Yeah, it is. What you do at the cabin? Starts raining, you go inside, you start reading a book, you put on a TV show, you watch some movies. I don't know. Double checking if I want to add anything else in here. There is very limited space of what I could add here. Definitely look at what I wanted to add this guy somewhere. Feel like it would look better maybe in the bunker. Feel like a treasure right. Ooh, not up there. Give me it back, please. Right there, maybe. Yeah, that looks sick. Oh yeah, like for instance, I could get like custom player heads and I could put them in these item frames, or I could stack them outside somewhere, just on a barrel or something, and be like, I don't know. We do a Pokemon, we get a Pokeball, and we just put it right here on the barrel, and it's like, oh, that was an adventure we went on. Or something in these item frames or something. I don't know. Something random, something cool. Just to add a little flavor. Yeah, something like that. What else we got? We got some hay bales. I don't really have any hay bales out here, so they might look a little off. I found when you're playing with player heads, you never want to have them in the same orientation. Unless they're at a different height like this. Then I don't think there's an issue. But if they were like side by side, same orientation kind of looks. Ooh, the boats. We could put the boats in the one. I'm gonna leave 2 boats over here, but just as like for design's sake and what this area looks like, we'll add 2 boats. Add some random 3 pieces of sugarcane. That's what I had in one of my chests, so I was like, let's just throw those away. Let's just get those out there. They'll add a little bit of greenery, a little bit of detail. Now, what I really want to do is I got buttons. Oh, where's my chest? Because I also brought dripstone with me. Just to add like a few more like rocks about. Even if it's just a background detail that nobody will notice, I'll notice it. These are kind of just for like the path. Kind of want to just have like random fences about. For no real purpose. No real purpose to them other than just background details. And I also don't want to like go too crazy with them. We'll also use the spruce ones as well. A little wheelbarrow beside the house. I like the look of that. I did bring enough to build. I did bring enough to build 2 of them, but I don't know if I need to. Now that I've decorated the entire build a little bit, pretty excited to show you guys the final result. It looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We got a bunch of bushes, fences going on. We got the adventure cabin sign. I think it looks pretty sick. I was gonna put it on the cabin itself, but it didn't really work out since there was nowhere to place it on the entrance other than, ow, dude, relax, just hanging out. But yeah, like the build itself didn't really have a spot for it. So plus we're kind of like walking into the adventure cabin anyways, and it's like introducing to you from the dock at least. So I think it looks pretty sick. But yeah, as we go along, we got some hanging moss here. We got some moss all over the place. A bunch of cool little decorations just to pop in a few little ideas around. Got some mini blocks around, you know, just some cool stuff. Just random storage just to make it feel a little bit more detailed and alive. We got some cobwebs around just to give it like a little bit of an eerie vibe. A little like you're deep in the forest and there's spider webs all over the place, and it's even made it to the house. I don't know. I think it's cool. Down here, I added a few more details since the last time you saw it. Just added some like iron bars. I think that was about it. The golden block here. But yeah, this is kind of sick. We're getting the nightly view. I think I lit it up just perfectly that it's not completely dark in this general area. If we go along the path, you know, we got some more details. Similar stuff that we saw over there on the main path, like from the dock. Ooh, there's a creeper over there. Let's stay away from that guy. But yeah, just little details here and there. Just to put some like thoughtful intentions behind the little decisions that I have here and little aspects. If I were to, I added one thing. What was it? Oh, the brewing stand. I added the brewing stand up there. I don't know. I think it looks cool. Yeah, that's all I've added inside. Inside didn't really get much of a facelift. It was mostly just the outside. But yeah, now we can go on adventures and we can come back to this place and celebrate them and whoa, Howie, what's going on here?
Nathan, I found an island. They say it's haunted.
Haunted? What do you mean haunted?